Howdy, folks. Welcome to another Chronicles of Not Jay, episode 55. I called it a paint and chat, but I'm not painting. So I guess it's just chat. Um, might have Todd come on here in a little bit. Might have my brother Jay, the veteran wargamer, come on in a little bit. Until then, we'll just hang out and cuss and discuss. Well, not cuss like, you think we're cussing, but McMurray's not going to be here, so there's a lot less cussing than normal. So Chuck was in early. He said, evening already started painting. I'm glad, Chuck. Your stuff's looking good. I'm glad you're having fun with it. And please reach out to me if you have got any questions or concerns about Fistful of Lead. I'll be more than happy to help you out with anything you might need. Just, drop me a message and I'll help you out, buddy. And Tiger Shadow wants to know what's on the easel for tonight with Chuck. He responds with finishing touches on about 20 figures and a burned out building that needs its first paint. Tiger Shadow does say hello all. Dave Hall says hello all involved and please limit the cussing. And then Tiger Shadow says, cussing is the best part. Well, when McMurray shows up, yeah, kind of is. But, what we're going to talk about is, what I've been working on and maybe what, when Todd and my brother get here, what they've been working on. I can tell you that one of the things that I have been working on with my brother is our cyberpunk world. We're calling it Kanji City. And right now we're in the process of putting together a 2-foot by 2-foot game board for it. That's going to expand out. We eventually want to have a full city that covers a 4x6, at least a 4x6 area. And we've got, just pulled this off the printer today. It's the ground floor for what they call the cheap hotel. I'll give you an idea of its scale. There's one of my miniatures. It looks like it might be a little short. Might be just a little short. I don't know. It's supposed to be already scaled for 28 millimeter. But we'll live with it. We'll go on. Speaking of, this is one of the models that I have been making, that I've been painting. Got her all done up. I need to do some touch up, and then need to get some coat, some dull coat on her. I think I did really well with that, with the design on the parasol there. I like that a lot. A little short means start cussing. Yeah, exactly. So this character's name is Kira Watanabe. And I think she turned out really good. We'll discuss how I've statted out this crew for the game. It was going to be not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. But Jay and I pushed it back one more weekend. It's going to be the last weekend of February, probably a Sunday afternoon. And the plan is to live stream it. So you'll get to see my brother and I play Fistful of Lead live stream. So Walkabout Games is in the house. Hello, Chris Long A. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And then he also says hello all. So I've been working on that, and I have also been working on my corridors for the TNT 4. So what I did with these is, and I've got to do some touch up on them, is my wife Donna helped me mask out the bottom, and we sprayed them white. makes it fast, a lot faster than spraying them white and then painting the bottom black. So, OG in the house. Hello, Devin. Thumbs up, buddy. Are we getting close to Kickstarter for World War 85 Volume 2? If so, I need to get with you so we can make arrangements to get everybody on the show. So reach out to me on that. Like to maybe get you guys on a week or two before the Kickstarter goes live. Really want to dive into that and see what's what. And also, there's some other stuff there with the World War 85 time frame. There's the naval game and that air game that's both are looking pretty spiff. So definitely want to get you guys on there. So, but this is really helped out. I've got this. I got all 8, so a total of 10 of these now. Okay, production is way behind early April at the earliest, and I'll reach out. Okay, outstanding. So that also gives me some more time to get some more World War 85 content on the channel. So I've noticed that if I hit any one particular topic for too long, for too many videos, the viewership kind of drops. So I'm interspersing a lot of different stuff right now. Thank you. I'm like I said, at this point in time, I just need to to cover up the white splotches. Got to put in the black panels with some red paint to make them look like the lights, and I'm pretty much done. I've got to get a couple of more. I've got an engine room that I'm going to print up, and that's going to be on there also as part of the scenario. Each stormtrooper crew of 5 is going to have a separate objective. One objective is going to get to the engine room. One of their objectives is going to be to get to the cockpit, the command deck, as it were. And one is going to be specifically there to find Leia and the droids. So, of course, then the Rebel fleet troopers, their one and only job is to stop them. So we'll see how that goes. As y'all have seen previously, I do have my C-3PO done. He's looking sharp. He's looking good to go. So, yeah, the tentative Tiger Shadow says tentative would be a fun game to watch. Can't wait. It's actually going to be at we're going to be running that at March to Victory at the end of March. So I might be able to live stream it there. Fingers crossed. It will be the evening game, the Saturday evening game, like from 7 to 10. So, yeah, it's going to look good. Yeah, files from LV247. Exactly. That's the tentative 4 corridors, and the engine room are LV247. So really cool files. They've got all kinds of files. I really, really wish they would get the curved corridors up, but we'll see. So the other game I'm going to be running at March to Victory will be Saturday morning. That is going to be that's going to be my Battle for Endor that y'all have seen live played here with Donna and me. So that was pretty well established. That I've got that one pretty well down. That should be a good one. Might live stream that one also. We'll have to see. Not sure yet. So good times with that. And that one's ready to go. I don't have anything more to do for that one. Just put it on the table and go. Tantu 4, I've got quite a bit left to do. I still have got 5 Rebel fleet troopers to paint up and get them statted. I've got 15 stormtroopers I need to get painted. Well, I've got a box now that need to get painted, and then I still have to buy 2 more boxes to get them going. And then finish out the 10-4 game area to lay it out. But got some time. I've got about 6-7 weeks, I think. About 7 weeks. So I've got time if I just sit down and get it done. Speaking of getting it done, if I am not mistaken, we are down to less than 24 hours for the hardback for Galactic Heroes. Hello, Todd.
What's up?
We're just talking about what I've been doing gaming wise recently, and right now the hardback version of the new Galactic Heroes is going to be, where are you? There you are. Yeah, we got 20 hours.
Oh my.
20 hours, 17 minutes, and 53, 52, 51. You get the picture. Seconds left. If you haven't already ordered and you want it, run. Do not walk. Run over to wiley-games.com and get your order in, because once 20 hours, 17 minutes, and 29 seconds expires, you're done for.
Never. I don't
Dunzo McFunzo. I'm not going to say never.
I'm just
there may be plans in the background, but
I'm just trying to be dramatic.
If you want it now, if you want it in April, do it now. Paul Beckus is in the house. He says, hello, Chris, Todd, and everyone.
What's up, man?
Hello, Mr. Beckus.
Hey,
I'm hoping you've had a much better week this week than you did last week, sir.
Amen, brother. Hey, you know what would have been kind of cool? Too late now. If we would have had like some sort of cool little Galactic Heroes marathon, like some games and then maybe some discussion of thing in the last 24 hours leading up to the conclusion. You know, that would have been kind of cool. Maybe next time.
Maybe. That being said, I do have to work. So,
well,
and we got Mr. Jeff from Hex to Hex.
What's up,
Welcome,
buddy?
sir. And we've got McMurray out here in the texter.
What's up, gents?
How are you, sir?
He's a working man.
Good.
Hey, I have a quick question though, not Jay. I just thought of this. So I'll be honest. I'm not going to buy the hardback and stuff because I'm just not into the science fiction side of things. But I did just think today. I was like, because of your topic today, if it's the same topic, or is it just a paint chat? Well, whatever. Anyway, topic we talked about. Anyway.
That's still going to happen.
Oh, okay. The statting out and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking, because, I'm talking about World War II, and I kind of, we did some little chat on our channel about that. McMurray and I did, right?
Yeah.
About statting out World War II stuff. And I thought, well, maybe it would be good, because as I was going through Horse and Musket, I was noticing some cool traits that they had added, and some things some different rules that they add as he matures the system. I thought it might be kind of good to, so there's a PDF of all that, right? Is that a limited time? Do I need to buy that right now? Or, because I thought maybe it'd be good to have that to learn these special traits and stuff.
For Galactic Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the PDF and the softback are going to be available.
And that there's no sale on those or anything. It's just kind of.
Right. It's the reason it is imperative that you order the hardback version in the next 20 hours and 15 minutes is because they are only ordering the number of books that have been ordered by
pre-ordered
customers.
Okay.
They're not going to hold any, they're not going to keep stock on them because they are so expensive.
I got you. And what is the? I thought I went to the try. Right? Can you know what the website is? Can you tell me what that is?
Yeah, it is. Well, here, let me put this out here.
Oh,
This is a direct. Oh yes, and by the way, happy birthday, Paul. I'm glad you're having a much better week this week. Happy birthday, 51. Welcome to the club. We are the same age for a brief, short time. I hit 52 in June, so
Old man.
yeah, Mr. Older than dirt. So this is the link to the Savior of the Universe exclusive collectible sci-fi hardback order. I don't know why it says PDF, but anyway, that is, if you go to that link, that takes you to the Galactic Heroes Savior of the Universe exclusive collectible sci-fi hardback for $55.
Yeah. So what's interesting is the first edition PDF is on a clearance price for $3. So if you really want to you don't care about the second edition, you
Yeah,
can get the first
exactly.
edition for $3. So that's cool. It does say that you can get this whole bundle, which is the hardback, cards, and PDF of the second edition Savior of the Universe for $85. So that's cool.
Well, that's yeah, because that for $85 that gives you the hardback, the PDF, both sets of cards, both Starfighters and Galactic Heroes, and of course in the hardback or in both the hardback and the softback, you're getting Galactic Heroes. You're getting the vehicle instruction manual, the Codex Galactica, and Starfighters. So,
okay, so then the pre-order for the PDF second edition Galactic Heroes looks like it only includes the vehicle instruction manual and Codex Galactica, so it does not include Starfighters.
That's my understanding. Yes.
Yep, that's what this one, and so that's $18, but it doesn't appear to be a sale unless that pre-order the price is going to go up after the pre-order.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't
for the pre-order.
Yeah. And you can save $1.80 off of that by putting in the code not J.
Dang.
Coupon code not J. It's one time deal. So
all lowercase, one word.
Yep. Load up your shopping cart at Wiley Games. Drop in not J as your coupon code, 10% off your entire purchase. Except for bundles. Bundles don't count because you're already getting a discount.
If you enter not J in there, not J will get a Lamborghini from Jay Wiley in May.
Yeah, it's going to be about that big.
Oh, whatever. There's no need to get saucy about it. Anyway.
Yeah, Chuck, we know you are. Jeff is gaining on you though.
Quickly.
He is old.
I think
he is very old.
I think he might have fallen asleep. Oh, wait, down. Move your hand down. Move your hand down. No, down. There you go. See, look how shaky he is.
Right? It's like Tourette's of the hand.
I'm muted because I was rolling dice.
That's fine.
But now, Tuffin, you're going to have to suck it up.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. Like I said, my brother Jay and I are looking to be rolling some dice live on screen in about 2.5 weeks. So,
oh, cool. That's good. Oh, your Cyberpunk stuff will be live. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna at least do one game live. We might do more in the future. Who knows?
Nope, no problem.
It's content.
That's right.
So Chuck says he's 67 last November.
Young pup.
And he wants to know what you're playing.
Guderian's Blitzkrieg.
The original.
Ooh.
OCS 1, using the rules as in the box.
Let's see here. I like, that's a good looking map.
There's something about that map I like, even though I know they've kind of updated some stuff. But there's something I like about it. I don't know.
I like the heavier forest color.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Not that you've asked, but I've been playing some Wiley games lately myself. Since seems like we're just a big advertisement for Wiley. I played 4 bigger battle games in the last week and a half. I think I played one of them before your last one, but since this last thing, I did 2 airship games with McMurray, which are videos that are posted up on my channel, and I did the third one was an all armor French game with those Frenchies and those Germans. French and German 1940, 2 Samoas, 2 R-35s against 2 Panzer IIs, Panzer IIIs, and 2 222s. And so that was and that live video just went live. So that's been pretty cool. I've had some pretty good responses on that. So
speaking of responses to videos, McMurray and I just finished an update on his flying boats,
those Victorian airships.
Yep. And we're going to be linking. I'm going to grab the links to the videos of you guys playing.
Oh, cool.
On that video. So, we're going to hopefully do a little cross-pollinate there.
Well, that's good. So when you're done, I'll do the same on those videos.
Yeah.
I'll link to because when he used them in my video, they were unpainted. The minis were painted, but I'll tell you what, I got to tell you something, man. I really should have taken a picture of the 2 of the guys specifically. So McMurray always talks about how fast he paints, and he does. I mean, he doesn't like brag about it. He just paints fast. That's his because he wants to get them on the table. But even his fast stuff looks good. First of all, second of all, he took some time obviously on a couple of these guys. They were awesome. Like this guy had like this hose coming out of some sort of contraption. His leg was his metal with these brass joints and the mustache. I mean, I was like, "Whoa, dude, come on." He talks all like, "I'm painting fast." I hope he's on here. I hope you're sitting there listening to this. Anyway, he's really good, and I saw a little evidence of the painted ships, and I think they look. I want to brag on the young lad.
So he was showing off that kind of catamaran looking ship he's got.
Yeah, we didn't play with that, but that's a cool looking one.
He's got that one painted up, and it looks sharp
with the ramps.
Not the ramps.
Oh, just the two engine one. Oh.
Yeah. And it looks really good. And then, of course, he's got the 2 little skiffs. He's got them painted up mostly. He's got some more little details he wants to put on there, but those are looking good. You'll have to check it out on Friday when the video posts.
Hey, for Chuck, because I haven't checked the site since this weekend. Do you got some of your painted stuff on your YouTube channel, Chuck, so I can go look at it?
Oh yeah, Chuck.
He's got some of the game stuff posted. He also has been posting in the Not Jay Facebook group.
Yeah,
which I greatly appreciate, Chuck. Thanks for being very active there. It's good to see that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Chuck's been doing some orc battles with Fistful of Lead, which has been fun to watch. So
sweet.
So go watch him take some orcs down. So that's been cool.
Orchage. Yes.
Orchage. Pardon me, everyone. All right, let's see here.
You and I, Todd.
Oh, what? Yes.
In a week and a half. Still
on.
We're getting together and we're going to be doing some Cold War action.
Amen, brother.
In 6mm.
Bring it all.
I'm wondering if that's something that we would be able to stream, or because it's a play test, we might not be able to.
I am on my email now to pull something else up. I'll just email Leon and see if he's cool with that. And if not, no worries. If he is, cool. I don't know why he wouldn't be, because it's not a brand new rule set or anything. But
no.
But he may not for some reason, but we'll find out. I'll ask him right now.
Cool. So possibly going to be seeing some Cold War on one of our 2 channels, maybe both. I mean, his internet's probably strong enough to be able to handle 2 streams at one time. Me,
yeah, because I'll be batching it that weekend. So
I look funny in the wrong direction, and my internet goes to crap, as you guys know. So But yeah, I'll be bringing down my Americans v Warsaw Pack. So T55s and T72s versus M60s and M1s.
Is there an army list in that PDF?
Not that I remember. So you might want to reach out to them and say, "Hey, if you want this play tested, you might want to give us some army lists." Worst case scenario, we just use, we build lists out of the old book.
Do you have the old book?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't think those stats are changing. I mean, I can't. They'll probably just tweak a few of them, but I can't imagine they're going to change so radically that.
Yeah, I think probably what they're doing for version 2 of Cold War Commander is very similar to what Jay is doing with Galactic Heroes 2nd edition, and that's just kind of bringing it up to par with Blitzkrieg Commander.
Yeah, Cold War Commander did. That would be something we do have to change. Actually, I think the old Cold War Commander didn't differentiate between hard target and soft target like that the Blitzkrieg Commander does. So I will ask them that, because if they have any stats, so we have US versus Warsaw Pack 85.
Yeah, I've got M1s, M60s, T72s, T55s. I've got some M2, M3 Bradleys. I've got M113s. I've got I got some. Well, I got those Polish Czech Scots, the 8-wheeled. Look like BMPs, but with wheels.
BMDs.
What's that?
BMDs.
Yeah.
Or BTRs. I'm sorry. You said with wheels?
Yeah, they're
BTRs.
like BTRs, but they've got a turret on the top that has a 37 millimeter cannon and some saggers.
Well, I mean, their wheeled versions were BTRs. The
Well, these were specifically built by the Czechs and the Poles.
Oh, wait, we're talking World War II.
No, we're talking.
World War III.
No, we're talking.
Yeah, those would be. Oh yeah, the Poles and the Czechs would have had a different nomenclature. Never had to. Well, the Czechs we had to study, but never really had to study the Poles.
Yeah, the OT-64.
OTs. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, the OT-64 SKOT. It's a nifty looking little vehicle. It's got actually it's not as well armored as I thought. Apparently it only has a 7.62 and a 14.5 millimeter machine guns. I thought it had a bigger gun on it. The SKOT. Okay. So it was the OT-68 with a BRDM-2 turret on it.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that was the other one, the BRDM. BRDM was the small one. The BTRs were the big 8-wheel or 6-wheel jobs or something.
Yeah.
Hey, not Jay. Just I'll keep it really bland. Does your email address end in mac.com?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to copy on my email. So.
All right, cool.
All
right. Czech says he's going to start another Fistful of Lead game soon. 6 versus 6. Yep, I'm crazy. Yeah, you are.
That's awesome.
But that's okay. I've done 3 Fistful of Lead games, 2 last year before figures painted. Orcs are now 3-0. Orc TV commercial, humans, it's what's for dinner. There you, yep. And then Czech mix cereal. Yes, absolutely. There's lots of Czech mix. The reason why I did the Czechs is because I wanted to take M48s and paint them up as if they were in the Czech army, along with gamma goats.
Gamma goats. Those were so much fun.
Now, if anybody can tell me why those two vehicles, I'll give them a bozo button. Put it in the, if you know why those two vehicles specifically I wanted to be in my Czech army for Cold War miniatures games. Put it in the texture, and I'll call you out. Or you'll get a +1. You'll get one free die roll re-roll on any game that we ever play. At whether live or online. There you go. So yeah, I'm still working on possibly, or not possibly, but still working on what I'm needing to get for my 49th Armored Division. And I am cussing. Yeah, we're back to the cussing part of the cuss and discuss. I'm cussing McMurray vehemently for showing me the 1/3000 scale ships from what is it, Navwar, because now I want them. I want them all. I've already looked into what it would take to get all of the ships for the Battle of Surigao Strait. I've looked at what it would take to get all the ships for all of the battles around Savo Island off of Guadalcanal. Yeah. He's giving me his problem. I did not realize that his problem was communicable.
That's okay. I'm giving him my problem.
Oh, with board games?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it's not costing him any money. Yeah, because you're just, shipping him games that you've purchased.
He's a sweetheart.
Because you're a nice guy, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. But it's costing me money to go buy these damn ships. Oh, well. I just think that will make Ocean Thunder look better on the table. Not so much on screen here, because the ships are going to be, that much smaller, so they're going to be even harder to see. But definitely, if you're sitting there, live at the table, the distances are going to look even better than they already do. So while Todd is playing Tolstoy and writing an epic story for his email, what have you been doing, Jeff? You're playing Guderian's Blitzkrieg. What else have you been doing?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I still have that Summer Lightning game set up that I haven't touched since I did 3 or 4 activations, which I need to. But this one here's got me wrapped.
You're sucked in, aren't you?
I am.
It's been awesome. We've had a few nights here where we've kind of gotten on and clip encounters and he's really, it's like old Jeff, man. He's like tuned in, hex to hex. He's just really enjoying, getting pumped up. You can hear him getting all excited with the rolls, bad and good.
So the question for you, Jeff, is: are you sitting at work thinking about your next move when you get home?
I do ponder it every now and then, but I'm so busy right now at work that's just
not a lot of downtime.
No, I mean, and then tomorrow I'm going to spend a whole probably 2/3 of a day with our water department.
All right, so it's in work time.
Yeah.
Bah.
And then even though I'm not the boss, my two girls, I still have to make sure they're capable of doing what a certain idiot is having them do.
And when you say certain idiot, you're not looking in the mirror, right?
No.
All right. And what have you been up to, Todd? I mean, you've been playing some Fistfuls Led Bigger Battles with McMurray, and
So there was a challenge on another channel, ID Gestures, the War Room, that goes on every Saturday at whatever time, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. Probably like 3 or 4. And he was just kind of encouraged everyone to come up with their top 10 games they want to play in 2022, you know. And so I came up with a list on there with a couple of honorable mentions. So I got like 12 or 13, but I'm focused on the 10. And so I've really been focusing in this month. I've been very productive. I'm now got the 7th game set up, which is Stalingrad 42, Mark Simonich GMT game. I'm going to play the Fall Blouse scenario, which is 8 turns. But I'm really trying to make it through it because, and I'm on my 7th game to be playing on that, the list of 10. But because I know how the year goes, and there's going to be 2 or 3 months that I'm just not going to get anything done.
yeah,
At least, right? So I hope it's not that much, and I try not to shoot for that. But work, summer, travel, 30th anniversary, whatever, just stuff comes up, and it's so I've been really focused on that. So that got set up. I finished North Africa and trying to get some guy to start his ASL SK game, but he's all focused on Guderian's Blitzkrieg. I'm not going to say who it is.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Nache, when are you going to start?
Oh yeah, that's who I was talking about.
yeah. I believe that my thing's not ASL. My thing's Montelamar, or I've been told.
Yes. So I'm passing the buck on to you.
So what you're saying is until I get Montelamar figured out and we can play, you're not doing jack with ASL.
No, I am. I got to do the ASL. It's. I'm afraid that it's the addiction for that's going to become really, really heavy with me. Is what I'm afraid of.
So, looking at board games, obviously, I want to play more the Hunters. I want to get more of that played. I do want to get Montelamar figured out. Like I said, I've had it out a couple of times, and I've gone through the first scenario, and I think I've got a decent grasp on it for the basics. So, I mean, Jeff, you and I need to, figure out a weekend today and sit down, on a call and see if we can't get figured out.
Yep.
Yeah, I would think CSS. I think that'd be a good game to learn with somebody, either opposed or together, kind of soloing through a small scenario, because it's a pretty rich system. So not Jay will pick up on things that Jeff misses and vice versa.
Right. Exactly.
And it'll make it a lot quicker of a learn, I think. So
my biggest thing is I just hate reading rules.
Right. And it's hard to get through that stuff. I mean, so my recommendation on that I learned from Clay, and I know I've heard this from other people, but Clay, who does this guy, all he plays are 100-page rule games. That's all he does, or whatever. And
I know what you mean.
So he and I've heard this from other people, but he was like, just put the pieces on the board and just start going by the sequence of play. I mean, I don't know if actually, now that I say it, I don't know if he said the sequence of play, but that's what I do. The last couple of games that have been deep, I'm like, it makes it very hard and it's very slow, but it's the only way I can do it. I'm having a hard time.
And not even a scenario, just, okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Grab some tokens that fit.
The reason I struggle with that, and I would in CSS, is there's too much there as far as command and control. And
no, yeah.
So to me, I have to set up a scenario. That's why I wish every game, and I'm going to say it until my dying day, Guderian's Blitzkrieg, which is the very first thing that Jeff's playing with, has 6 scenarios in it, and it's a program instruction thing. 1 is a solo game where you just learn the modes. 2 is firing. 3 is supply or whatever. I don't know why that kind of game. Why doesn't every OCS game have those same 6 scenarios in just adjusted for the map in their things? To me, that's the best way because they're small. Because anyway, I could go on. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I drank a lot of caffeine today.
I think that's one of the things I like about lock and load lock and load publishing.
Yes.
At least with the 2 games that I've gotten so far from them. I've got World at War 85, Storming the Gap, and all of its huge amount of companionship. And I got the Heroes of the Falklands.
Yes. Yeah.
Both of them have the first scenario is basically a learning scenario.
Yep. Not too many pieces. Yeah. Is it going to be the best scenario? Yeah, maybe, maybe not, but it's more to get you moving to that sequence of play. So some people are great starting a big campaign games, but I say, man, you're right, not Jay. If you can just put some pieces on there, you'll figure out, you'll be like, oh, command. Oh, I guess I better get the command out here.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah. And I think it depends on the scope of the game, the scale of the game. For instance, where with World at War 85, your each token is a platoon, or counter or chit, if you will, is a platoon, and their tactical game, that's lock and load tactical is what the Heroes of series is based on.
Yep.
Those are squads, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
You can just grab a couple of counters and throw them out and go.
That works.
I think you can't do that with a larger scale game. I don't think you're going to be able to do that with Montelamar.
Hey, not Jay. I think I've told you this, but the designer of the CSS system now lives in St. Louis.
Yeah, we need to meet him up at a Starbucks or some damn thing and talk and discuss and whatnot, or hell, see if do a meetup like that, and then have him on the show. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, but I mean, he's currently designing, moving on to other CSS games and other games, but he's designing some more CSS games, including a Market Garden,
nice.
and I believe a Cold War one, and so I got to think he would be willing to probably teach a little bit. I bet.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Run that back.
Yeah, we got his attention. So Adam Starkweather now, I don't know. He's in the area now. And
our area, not your area.
Well, shit.
I'm saying this live on something. It's like I don't know. Anyway.
Mr. Becca says, I write my own notes as I go, also in my own simple language. And then he says, 40th anniversary of the Falklands this year. That is hard for me to fathom. Because I distinctly remember.
I know where you're going.
The Falkland Islands.
I was going to say, I distinctly remember the 40th anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah, well, I do that also, but I distinctly remember the 40th anniversary of the Falklands, and honestly, I found out about the Falklands through a comic strip here in the United States called Bloom County.
Woohoo! Best comic book strip. Well, it's a tie with Calvin and Hobbes. Anyway,
you can't go wrong with either.
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes definitely lets you remember your childhood, and Bloom County definitely lets you remember that government sucks. My brother and I are probably the few kids that knew who Caspar Weinberger was.
Yeah, no, that
because of that comic strip.
I got into politics. I mean, just kind of following politics as a 13-year-old, whatever, because of Bloom County.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. It's so funny.
Great comic strip.
And
Anyway,
Doonesbury too. But
anyway, so yeah, I'm wanting to get hey Warmut. You know, if you have time to type, you have time to join.
He's probably
he's hip deep in tacos, eating ice cream.
What was the other thing he came up with the other? Oh, doing taxes.
Oh yeah, taxes.
Forget the man. Come on the show. They'll get done. If you don't, they'll come help you get it done.
Yeah, they will come to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mini Warmut, don't worry, they'll come to you. So why stress out?
They're very good at that.
Yeah.
Who is in the tank? What tank? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Chris Long, eh?
I think he's had too many
too many tacos.
Too many tacos. Nom, nom, nom. All right, whatever. He's not coming on.
No. Anyway. So definitely want to get definitely want to get Monty Lamar going. Definitely want to play more of the Hunters. Definitely want to play more World War 85. I haven't seen the entire show yet. I didn't realize it was a damn near hour episode. So shut your trap.
I haven't watched it yet.
Neither have I.
No spoilers.
I got like the first 20, 30 minutes in, and then I realized, oh crap, I got to start the show.
Oh, it's a longer one, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped watching it with 40 minutes left.
Oh, geez.
And I was already like well into it.
I got a guy at work who's into it. He was pretty excited about it. And he hasn't said a thing about the whole series. And he was like, oh, man, you guys got to watch it.
Yep.
I think it's because everyone dies. He said it's true. Oh. Son of a.
Anyway. So, yeah. Definitely want, especially when the weather gets warmer and I can get downstairs and it's not as cold.
Oh, yeah.
I can get bigger. You know, I've got that 8 foot by 5 foot table down there.
Ooh.
I'll be able to get, Monty Lamar spread out.
Monty Lamar.
Because that's all 5 maps covers, I think, 5 by 6, 5 foot by 6 foot.
Yeah, I remember laying that out in my lease of the game, and it was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
I wonder if I just had an idea. I probably shouldn't say it out loud. Let me write it down and we'll talk about it later.
Okay. So there he is. Hello, Mr. Warmut.
It's freaking awesome. I just finished watching it, dude.
So what have you been up to, Mr. Warmut? What gaming have you been getting going?
Well, no, I've been more painting than gaming. Actually, I got my vampires, Cossacks, all that stuff's done, ready for Tales of Horror.
Nice.
I just finished 20 of the Spartans up. Yeah, McMurray, you need to get back with me on the halflings.
I got to get back to you with more Greeks.
Yeah. I got 20 of the halflings made up. Already got a freaking story. Dude, does that sound geeky and nerdy or what, man?
Yes, and it's amazing.
I'm doing a backstory, like a background history, and all that kind of stuff.
It's all about the story.
Yeah, it's almost like an outline for a book.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Like
look at him.
So, yeah. And that's about all I've been doing, man. Work is starting to pick up again, so.
Oh, you're getting into the season.
It's already 80 degrees and stuff's warming up here, man.
Oh my god.
You said it's already 80?
Yeah, it's going to be 80, 82 throughout, and it's just going to start. Yeah, our winters are pretty quick here.
Yeah,
It was 50 here today.
Yeah, we had 50s. High 50s.
We hit 48.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You're 10 degrees cooler than us. That's pretty crazy.
Tomorrow's only supposed to be 45. So, and this weekend I'm going over to Kansas City. So gonna drop into the house of Wiley HQ, as it were.
You playing
Yeah.
a game or just hanging out?
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have a game going or not.
Cool.
He is in the process of writing his next sci-fi title, Battlesuit Alpha. That's going to be all about mech warriors, that type of stuff. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
So something that gets Jay Wiley and McMurray and I are in a text group, and
Humble brag.
we're kind of his relief valve when he sees
See stuff.
things that might make him a little irritated when he sees it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that he wishes more players would do is having an imagination.
That's easy.
Why would we do that?
And because he's got several customers, several followers that are constantly asking questions about, hey, can you clarify this, or how does this balance? And first off, there's no such thing as balance, or there should not be anything such thing as balance in a war game.
No.
If you're looking for a balanced game, then A, you're not playing historically. B, you've never watched a movie ever, whether it's fantasy, sci-fi, space opera, what have you. No such thing as balance. But people a lot of times will say, well, I want to stat out my crew, but I don't know what traits to use, because I don't know. There's nothing there that there's nothing in the list that lets me do what I want to do. And the only thing I can think of is make one up.
Yep.
Perfect example for my for my crew, for Jay's and my cyberpunk. One of my guys, this guy right here, I don't have him painted yet, so bear with me. But this guy right here, let me make embiggen myself here. Hold on one second. Here we go. This guy right here.
It's freaking cool mini too.
Yeah, it is. So, to me, this right here, that looks like a little laptop.
Yep.
A little netbook, if you will.
Yep.
And that immediately screams he's a hacker, right?
Yeah.
So there's no hacker trait.
Yep.
There's no trait that says, hey, I'm really good at getting into electronic systems and making them work for me, or breaking them, et cetera, and so forth.
Like Hudson on the Aliens.
Right. So I found one that was similar. I found a trait that's already in the rules. It's similar to what I wanted, and it's smart. Smart is a +1 on any task roll. Well, I don't want him to have a +1 on any task roll. I only want him to have a +1 on electronic stuff. So I created a new trait. I call it hacker, and it's a +1, +1 on any tech task roll. So if he wants to, for instance, do a pick lock on a regular physical key door, he just does a regular task roll. if he wants to do it where that door has a keypad or a biometric pad, etc., and he wants to break into that door, he gets a +1 to his task roll because he's a hacker. And that's what you have to do. Find something that's similar to what you want your guy to do or girl, and then make it yourself. There's nothing stopping you from doing that other than your own imagination and the people that you're playing with. And if you're not a complete dillhole about it, I bet you your friends will say, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Let's play it that way. Same thing with this guy right here. There is no automatic shotgun weapon in the books. Just not there. So I created the auto shotgun. I took the shotgun, which is a 612 range weapon with splash damage, and then added the ability for burst fire. It's not there, so I made it. All you have to do is think, what do you want it to do? Find something that's similar and change it a little.
Yeah, and so that gets to what I was talking about. Like, so I'm not interested in sci-fi at all, but I did, like I said, I had that horse and musket, and I'm like, I found a couple things in there that I'm like, oh, that would be an interesting thing to use in World War II. Just change the name of it from bugler to bagpipes, right?
Yeah.
Or just Rommel or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So so it's another way to get ideas.
Chuck says I got more figures in a game
Ooh.
coming tomorrow. Hopefully.
Ooh.
Fingers crossed.
What is it? What do you got coming? Let us know.
Yeah. And inquisitive minds want to know.
Oh, bunkhouse.
Bunkhouse says, you want balance? Go play chess.
Taco Fett.
Drop the mic.
Chuck says, or checkers.
Oh, no. Black's favorite in checkers.
Now, Paul Becca says, first bull run was balanced.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. We got Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff. I can't comment on that. Jeff? Hello? Hey, Jeff, wake up.
I think we put him into an epileptic fit.
Okay. Well, hopefully he comes back. Because I would be curious what he says to that. That's interesting. Because he's really
and
into
then
that.
Bunkhouse says, I almost said checkers. Lol.
Yeah, and McMurray would also have something to say about Bull Run.
Yeah.
But not Jay and I are like, Bull Run? The thing they do in Spain?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that what they do in Pamplona?
Oh, look out. The Bulls are running. I would say that's not fair.
Yeah, no. The Bulls have the advantage.
The Bulls win.
And I root for the Bulls. That's when I become a Bulls fan.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about Chicago. Chicago can go pound sand.
Oh, be nice.
Isn't Bull Run in Spain? Just kidding.
Where the hell have you been? That's what we've been riffing on for the last 45 seconds.
Running of the Bulls?
Yes.
Anyway.
Wow. There you go. Time out.
So.
What?
What?
I mean, maybe, but golly, call us
Taco Fett.
Depends on the ball.
Oh, hey, Jeff, you back?
Taco Fett.
Taco
Jeff.
Fett.
Yeah, the Chronicles of Taco Fett. That would be your story.
Hey,
There
Jeff.
you go. Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Sorry.
What?
Paul Becca says the first bull run was balanced. We were wanting to know your
take
interpretation
On the battle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're talking about balanced battles.
It wasn't balanced. Damn Yankee Blue Bloods had no freaking skill or training whatsoever. Them hillbillies from down south took a whooping on them. They thought they was gonna. Actually, you know what? I won't lie. I won't lie. The Union could have ended the war that very day if they weren't idiots.
Would you say the battle was balanced when they went into it? Paul could have been totally pulling our legs, but
I think once all the forces were on the battlefield, it was, but not from the start. The Yankees had them. It was sewed up. Should have been done.
oh, interesting. Man.
So there you have it. Yeah, I've always
Bless you.
thought I've always thought that when attacking, you need to have you should not be attacking unless you have a clear 3-1 advantage. So, especially if it's a defended position. So, let's say you've got a battalion in a defended position. You better be bringing a minimum of 3 battalions.
I got a better solution.
Nuke them from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Don't even attack. Just put artillery all over the damn thing.
Well, there is that.
I mean, you got it. You can't. I mean, I know there's many, many stories of courage of soldiers, but you ever notice that most of the stories we hear from World War I are usually individuals? You know, you don't hear them talking about, well, let's take your 26th or 36th, whatever you are.
Yeah.
The whole division charging this hill at Monte Cassino. You don't hear that shit, okay?
No, you hear about how Audie Murphy jumped onto the back of an M10 tank destroyer, charged that 50 caliber, and went to town while the M10 was burning.
Or Sergeant York.
Yeah.
Working. Yeah, you don't hear that. And that ended pretty much with the American Civil War. I mean, come on, man. You tell me right now that without massive amounts of drugs, that you could walk a mile across an open field under consistent fire. There's no laying down in a hide, and you're walking in a straight line.
Bark at that noise.
Yeah. And they talk about Hitler putting Pervitin in German soldiers' food to get them motivated to stay awake for days.
Yeah.
Shit, you need to inject me with so much shit to do that. I got news for you. First time shots were fired and I was in a firefight, cover.
Oh, yeah. Button it up.
Then maneuver with the cover. If you can't, hey, I got a radio. Can I get a couple of Apaches or Cobras up in here? How about an A-10 or 2? You got one of them laying around somewhere?
Right. No. So, they talk about how the Germans would, hop up their guys on methamphetamines, the whatever the hell it was called. I'm thinking during the Civil War, they drank coffee and called it good. I don't know what the hell was in that coffee, but
Jack, coffee, and tobacco.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Paul Beckett says it was a different generation in World War I. You won't get people like that again. Well, the same thing with World War II. To be honest.
And what's we say in America, don't we say that the generation of World War II is the greatest generation ever?
Yeah. Crossing Obstacles comes in and says, hi, I'll just jumped in to say hi. Hello, sir.
Hello.
And you've got you got 4 of your call outs from your last video right here.
Oh yeah, man. That's cool.
So,
Hey, by the way, Crossing, thanks for not wasting any airtime on calling out hex to hex.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. Now I'm hurt.
Oh.
He was talking about minis, guys.
I know.
Yeah.
I figured that's what it was.
I mean, you don't do anything with minis, so who cares?
Yeah, have you been doing any painting, or have you been all focusing on Guderian here?
I've looked at him. I want the speed paints. Maybe that'll get me motivated again.
Yeah,
Granted, they're not military colors. I know that. But I'm just dying to see them, and I need a kick in the ass to get me going. That might be it.
You can make them military colors with the washes.
Dude, I've got all the Vallejo colors, everything. And I'm still not motivated.
It's okay. Yeah, that's why. I mean, it comes and goes. Hey, can I read something real quick, Chris, from Bigger Battles?
Yeah.
So this is talking about
what page are you on?
Join me, everyone, in the Book of Bigger Battles, page 40, paragraph 2, verse 5. The great Lord J says, no. It says he's talking about just tanks. And so what happens in Bigger Battles? He just gives some examples of like squads, tanks. I mean, this is World War II. He covers like right here in one. And because he says this, to cover every possibility, especially with tanks and vehicles, would be a whole book in itself. So we are painting a very broad brush here. How you decide to assign traits makes the difference between a Sherman and a Panther.
Huh.
So it's just kind of just what you're talking, kind of what we're talking about. But, So, and he gives some examples here. And that's why I think that's why you got to kind of look at stuff and know. So like I was playing that armor game and the French have something called one-man turrets. Well, if McMurray on here, he'd go off. The guy was the commander, the loader, the driver, the radio man, which in that case, because they didn't have radios, meant waving a flag out the back. You're literally sitting outside on your butt outside of the tank, driving this tank, waving a flag. So you can't do as much as the full German crew who has 4 guys, 5 guys. Then they got 1 guy, they got a radio. So I said one-man turret, and I got this from one trait. Chris will probably know it. But anyway, so normally you could do a maneuver, which means a move and shoot. So, and you can just do it. I said, well, why don't they have a roll, a task roll? So I made a task roll of 6. So if you could go 6+ on a D10, you could shoot the gun. And guess what? They failed half the time and succeeded half the time. I thought that was awesome, right? So, so that's just one way. There is a trait but is that? So I called it one-man turret instead of, laser blaster or whatever. I don't know what the thing is called.
Yeah.
So not that I'm any sort of creative genius. I'm just saying I want to play World War II at this. And I guess what? I'm going to have to, with McMurray's help and myself, we're going to have to make it happen, right? And even though.
So he's talking about how, how you decide to assign traits makes a difference between a Sherman and a Panther. And then he goes on and you got a medium tank.
Yep.
Which is
medium.
Your vehicle trait of choice plus armor
8+.
Heavy 8+. Or just armor 8+. The heavy tank is the vehicle trait of your choice with heavy armor, which is a 6+. And what that means is when you take a hit and you take damage, you roll not just a hit, but when you actually take damage, you then roll your, for lack of a better term, armor saving throw.
Yeah.
And for armor, if it's an 8 or better on the D10, you get whatever damage was done knocked down 1 level. So if you go from out of action to
damage,
to out of action to wounded or damaged, and if you're wounded or damaged, goes down to shock, and if it's shock, you go down to nil, to nothing.
Right.
The heavy armor is a 6+. So that fits. A Sherman, there's armor there, but not great. But a Panther has pretty good armor, so it's gonna fare better when it gets shot at and hit.
But then he also has a trait called super heavy armor, which is a 4+.
Right, exactly. And that would be like your King Tiger.
Yeah, and so, shoot, what was I looking at here? Yeah. Oh, so then, like, if a gun had an 88 on it, you could add the deadly trait.
Right.
And then they also have AP or armor piercing. So it's 1, 2, 3, and that 1, 2, 3 isn't that a minus off of the armor roll? So or a plus, I guess.
Right. So if it's an AP1, it knocks your armor value down by 1. So heavy armor goes to armor goes to light armor. AP2 knocks it down. Yeah.
Oh man, if it was like, well, armor piercing 1, first of all, you can only shock a tank, by the way. It's like a machine gun or something.
Right.
I learned. Okay, that's interesting though. So let's say it's a 2, well, 2 would do it. So let's say it's a 3 because it's an odd number, and then there's a purpose for that. So if it's a 3 and you normally have an 8, you wouldn't take that down to a 5? I was just going just 8 minus 3.
No, from my understanding,
because you can't go. I mean, an 8 would go to. You can't go to 12. Actually, 8. Wait, if it's an 8+ and there's a 3 shooting at you. You're not going to pass your roll. It's going to be an 11. All right, everybody.
let's
We're doing Mini Warmut's favorite thing and looking in a rule book while we're doing a chat. This is
Too much
awesome.
math.
What was it called? Deadly?
Well, I'm just talking about AP, the AP number.
Oh, yeah, AP number.
That's on page 33.
Maybe I'm
Yeah, and
playing it wrong.
I could, yeah, I could be too. So,
God, these puppies love war gamers. Jeez.
What are you mumbling about?
I have got a completed Conrad
All right.
Puddlefoot.
That's cool. Page 33, Chris, the example, he says the Germans fire a Panzerfaust at the tank. It's got a successful hit. The AP3 reduces the Russians' armor roll from a 6+ to a 9+.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes it easier.
But that doesn't matter. The Germans roll a 10 for their deadly weapon and knock the tank out. Oh boy.
Right. Yeah, because deadly weapon, the 10, a natural 10 is automatically not obviates any type of armor there is.
Oh yeah. It's like my last girlfriend. She was a natural 10 and she just penetrated my armor nonstop. I was always in trouble.
Can you, not Jay, can you do what you need to do, please? And thank you. Thank you. You know what? Now that we're reading this, not Jay, I think I was doing that wrong. My whole armor game, I think I did the entire thing wrong.
You know what? As long as it was wrong on both sides, you come out.
It was 100% balanced in that way.
Yeah. Becca says, just pinch the trait ideas from Flames of War. Yeah,
Oh, actually, you know what? That's funny you say that, Paul. That's where I got the task roll for the one-man turret. Bolt action, you have to pass a roll to do two things or something, however that works in bolt action. But you had to roll. So thank you, Paul, for reminding me of that. Yeah, I've been looking at bolt action, Flames of War, and Chain of Command.
So are you talking about the special rules for the unit, like Scout, Spearhead, and Stormtroopers?
Well, special rules, heavy armor. I mean, I was thinking about Schertzen. I was thinking about maybe a turret, a gun, or a tank had a very weak rear armor. You could, because I was thinking about flank shots too. So I mean, there's all kinds of special things. Like you can do special rules for the era, the scenario. Man, I'm pumped. I'm pumped about doing this World War II stuff, especially once I figure out how to freaking play the game correctly.
Well, there is that. So
sorry, Jay Wiley, if you're watching that, I don't know how to play your game.
You're still doing better than most.
But I had a great time doing it.
So, like on the Panzer 4.
Excuse me.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Sorry.
Man, this is a gentleman's show.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Oh, shit. That was a good one.
So I don't know why they don't call them Schertzen. They call them bazooka skirts.
Okay, you know what? Look, you all are opening the door, okay? And you expect me not to walk through it.
Hey,
We're talking about the PZ4H, the side skirts on the PZ4H.
yeah.
So what did we do? We aimed a little bit lower, or to the front, or to the right, and took the track off it.
Well, there is that.
And then walk up and shoot it in the ass.
Yeah, it's that simple.
I was there. Oh wait, no, sorry.
You and Chuck together and with Audie Murphy fighting the big fight against the Hun. Hope that's not offensive. I really do. Okay.
So yeah, it's got Spearhead. There's an actual trait that in Fistful of Lead that basically allows you to make a move prior to the gameplay.
Oh yeah, that's good. We talked about
Um,
tactician, or which was advanced comms, but I like saying tactician, and that would let you draw an extra card,
Yeah,
and then put whatever card you want to put away. So that's cool.
exactly. So it's just the point is
What's the point? What is the point?
broaden your horizons. Think outside the box. Stop expecting to be fed the pablum like you've been fed all along from those other companies.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's look at this for a second. So, I typically avoid kind of these sandbox games because I'll just be honest, I don't want to take the time to do that. I just really don't. I like being able to get the game out. It tells me armor 4, good, I get to go. So, but then I got the question like, well, maybe this isn't your game, right? I mean, if you really don't want to do that, then maybe the Fistful of Lead, there's 2 or 3 others that are like it. What's the other one? Oh my gosh,
Frostgrave.
the Ganesha games.
Oh yeah,
Song of Blades and Heroes.
yeah, that's them.
It's very similar. He has some stats, but then you can just, it's simple enough. You just build it. So let's just be honest. If you don't want to do it, and I get it, because I don't always want to do that, well then don't. Just go play something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Or buy the books. I mean, the guy has come out. That's why he came out with a fantasy book and a science fiction book and a mecha book and
PDFs if you're give it a shot.
Yeah,
exactly. PDF. So, I mean, I get it. I trust me, I'd much rather play, but I've really enjoyed my bigger battles games. So now I'm starting to I'm going to work with McMurray on these stats because I've had a good, fun time playing. So now, if I could learn how to play correctly, then maybe I'll hate the game. I'll be like, "What? This game sucks. I like my game better. I'm going to call my game Finger Full of Lead." Yeah, hey, that's pretty exciting. I'm excited about Chuck, man. I love GHQ armor.
yeah.
That stuff's awesome.
Well, that's what we're going to be pushing around on the table in a week and a half.
So
take pictures, shoot video.
Oh, it's going to be live
if we can.
if we can. Otherwise, there will be lots of photos taken.
If we can. Oh shoot, I'm going to be out of town that next Wednesday. Shoot, maybe the following Wednesday we could talk about what we learned and stuff. If can I get Leon's perspective on that? But maybe we could kind of chat about it. Are you thinking that we're going to just? Well, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking you bring the stuff and we just play out some, 2 or 3 turns in various scenarios like we use them. Do you have helicopters?
I got helicopters.
So we just, we play with helicopters. Then maybe we try some things this way, some amphibious. I don't know. I just think we just kind of dink around with a few different little.
Yeah, I've got. I can. Well, I've got 2 Cobras and a Kiowa.
Cobra.
I love.
I've got I have a Hind painted up.
Yeah, baby, bring that.
I've got an A10 painted up.
Yes.
I could probably find a Frogfoot.
Those are cool.
Or a MiG-23. Paint either of those 2. Print them and paint those up and have them available. Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Becca says, "I want to be fed." No, you don't. Not that.
Yeah, you do. I agree.
Have
bloody fun.
Have bloody fun. Exactly. That is the point. Have fun. Make the game do what you want it to do.
There you go. Pete Backus has got it. I bet you do a little bit of that, Chris.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, honestly, I am. I am working on. I started statting up for the Arab Israeli in 3mm.
Come on.
So,
love you,
but by the way, just as an update, you now have 19 hours, 10 minutes, and 30 seconds. Mark.
Go get your Galactic Heroes hardback.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there it is. We are an hour and 19 minutes in, and we've got our first Soviet bot.
Yeah.
Adios.
Hi,
AMF.
Hi, Putin. Hi, Putin.
Good night, love you.
Love you. We love you. Good night.
It's only 10 till 9.
Night night.
I don't think she heard you guys.
Oh, well. Go tell her, please.
We could be louder
Yeah.
if necessary.
She's a teenage girl. I guarantee you her voice is loud.
Well, we
Your
love
daughter
her.
has a big mouth.
We love her
So-
anyway.
So just think of having 3 of them in the house at one time.
Love you too, Tiger Shadow. I know who you
Oh, hey, Tiger Shadow.
He's our East Coast Australian. Beckus is our West Coast Australian. Tiger Shadow is our East Coast
I
Australian.
didn't know that. That's
So
cool.
he's Perth or is it Brisbane?
Perth is West Coast.
So Brisbane.
Brisbane or Melbourne or Canberra.
Perth is west of you and east of me, or it's west of me and east of you.
Oh, he's
Come
just
on.
down under.
Boo.
Oh.
Boo.
It's all from the land down under.
Yeah.
I got enough. Wait, hold on. I am. Oh, boys.
What?
I need
Wow.
23 subs.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep. I
That
just
is
got
so
another one.
close. That's awesome, man.
And then I'm going to go hog wild on the wireless streaming.
I know
Everything.
everybody here is already.
What's
Probably
this wireless streaming about?
I know you're already subbed, but go sub to Hex. The boys been trying to get to 1,000. So
Wireless YouTube stream right from your phone without having to use third-party software.
Oh, phone. Okay.
all right.
That way you
So
can watch me work all day.
oh man, I
And
also
then-
forgot.
Go ahead.
He just went 30 subs now.
Don't do that.
I'm not
McMurray,
gonna do that, man. I know how he is.
McMurray was messing with him, and he couldn't get his channel back on. He couldn't find his channel again for a while.
Yikes. So, yeah, just when it comes to sandbox games, I love sandbox games because it allows me to do what I want, how I want, when I want, where I want. You know, with the set of rules. Well, with the Galactic Hero Savior of the Universe Collected Edition hardback.
Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to be able to play Star Wars. I'm going to be able to play Star Trek. I'm going to be able to play Battlestar Galactica. I'm going to be able to play Cyberpunk. All because I've got the framework and I can just slap. I can play Stargate SG-1. I'll just be able to slap, the vinyl cover on top. Yes, you were going to say something.
I have a question for Warmud, actually.
No.
So, do you you play a lot of shoot, man, I'm suddenly forgetting what's the zombie game you play a lot of?
Zombie side.
Outside.
Thank you. But you're playing some more bigger battles and other. So, which do you prefer? Do you prefer to have the stats, or would you prefer open ended and kind of make your own? Since you're
Well,
fairly new to this.
like Wiley, he says I'm risky or whatever, but I like to do random, where I'll use the dice and I numbered out my traits and I roll random for them.
Oh, that's cool.
Go that route, and then sometimes if I don't like it, I'll
But that's a
fudge
good way
it.
to. That's a great way to start,
So,
and you can always tweak them if there's like, oh, that guy's too powerful.
like when I'm going to start with these, I'm going to only use strictly D10. There's going to be no veteran, not until after a couple battles and and then say one mini survives through 2 or 3 games. Then I'll pick him to be the veteran, and then we'll start having a leader with veteran and stuff. So I found out just using just one die, the D10, game goes by quick.
Yeah.
It does.
That's a great answer, Warmut. That's awesome. That's a good way to start.
Yeah. But just like I said, with any of these different sandbox games, the fact that I can play whatever I want with any of the models that I have in my house. That's why I like sandbox games. I know there's a lot of people out there that just want to, I want the stats so I can just put out my models and
That's
play the
not being
game.
creative, man.
You know,
Sorry.
And I get that. I understand it. Just as I'm not a fan of painting, I understand that there are people out there that aren't a fan of coming up with their own scenarios. They're not, you know, they don't like coming up with their own, you know, stats for their characters. I get that. But if you are going to play the game, that's what you need to that's what you need to do. You know, I don't like painting, but I want to play the game, so I got to paint.
Oh, great minis.
Hey, I like the game, so I got to clip corners.
There you go.
Do you like clipping corners, though?
I do. It's kind of like a rite of passage.
It's also kind of therapeutic. It's kind of meditative.
Therapeutic.
And I get that. And I understand people get that when they paint. They get in the zone when they're painting. I stress when I paint because I have it up here what I want it to look like. And it's taken me a very long time to be okay with being okay.
Maybe you should switch over to hex and counter games.
You know what? I do like hex and counter games. In fact, this last Sunday, Jay and I played Commands and Colors Tricorn and had a lot of fun with it. But I kept going back to how cool would this be if we had miniatures on the table?
Yeah, a lot of people do play Commands and Colors. Jason at Hexes and Soldiers plays Commands and Colors with minis.
He's doing the whole Waterloo stuff now, painting.
Yeah.
Yep. Bunkhouse has got a good point here and says some people want to fix a large home cooked meal while some just want to go to the drive-thru for a quick bite.
Amen, Bunkhouse.
And while some just want to use DoorDash and have the food brought to them.
Amen.
That would be me.
That's what I want to do with my minis. I'll pay you to paint my minis.
Some people like natural boobs, others prefer plastic.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Double B.
Oh boy.
But you know, it's and I've talked about this before. I'm never going to tell you you're having your fun the wrong way. Play the game how you want to play the game, if you want to play it. And if that means you want to play your game with unpainted miniatures,
So some of those may be roaming the battle.
by all means, have a blast.
Just don't do it in front of nobody.
Do it in front of anybody you want. Be prepared for scorn and ridicule.
You said do it.
I
once,
won't.
but don't. Do
I
it
won't
time.
scorn and ridicule you for playing with.
You
Bear-
said
you know,
don't. You said do it once, but don't do it a second time.
If you're playing with me,
I'm ridiculing the shit out of you, and I don't even pay enough of it.
you know, if this is how you want to play, you know, with your guy, I'm going to mute your ass.
Yeah. Shh. Talk.
I thought you were smarter than that. You're like my dog. She reads, her lips move when she reads.
Your dog.
No, if you want to play with unpainted miniatures, that's fine. Don't expect me to sit down at your table at a convention and play with you, though.
You mean? What if I was like lonely and there was nobody there that wanted to play with me?
All by myself.
That's why you play hex and counter games.
They're painted.
Paul says unpainted miniatures is the line that can't be crossed, and not painting the bottom of your tanks as well. Yep.
Oh. Oh.
All right. Guys, he's not the best of health.
Stop it, Mutt.
I'm not doing it.
We don't want to. No, that was Todd. He was getting that phone call, and he's on vibrate. But we don't want Paul to have a warm up.
Throw out his other shoulder, punching the screen.
Right. He just called y'all Neanderthals.
I'm a rookie, Paul. Should I paint these? Should I paint these?
All right, killer chickens are ready.
Killer chickens.
Yeah, I got killer
That's what
chickens
for
here,
dinner?
man.
That's
Huh?
for dinner?
No, it's for my game. Killer chickens.
Chuck says, took me a while to put brush to paint and paint to figures. Now I want to paint everything. You know, I like I like painted models, and I do if I am invested in the model or the range of models, I do enjoy painting. You know, I genuinely enjoyed painting these models. Crossing, have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. Take care. Stay warm because I know it's probably cold as ass and still dark there for another 3 months. So, and Becca says, yes, have a good sleep.
Where's he at? Crossing.
Sweden. I believe it's Sweden.
That's where I want to move.
They don't all look like the ski team.
I was thinking of ABBA.
Is Crossing? I thought Crossing was.
Knowing me and knowing you.
I always forget. Okay.
So, but yeah, I definitely have to be in the mood to paint. And what gets me in the mood a lot of times is doing videos for the channel now.
Here we go.
Or hang out with these guys on, just a video call where we just all kind of hang out and do our thing. Hex to Hex will be there pushing his counters, and Todd's reading his books, and Warmust eating tacos, and I'll sit here and paint. You know, it takes me a while to get stuff done, even the simplest stuff, because I don't like doing it. So it's interesting. I don't like to do it, but when I do it, I have fun. If that makes sense.
Yep, sure.
You know. But anyway, now that Todd has turned his back and ignoring us.
I mean, I just got all distracted here. Like, what am I doing wrong here? But I feel like I was doing it right, I think. And what about this? You roll a 10, they're automatic successes, or what's that about?
Huh? What?
Huh?
Where?
It says here, if you rolled a 10, deadly. Oh, for their deadly weapon.
Right.
Is that a trait? That's a trait.
Yeah, it's a weapon trait.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah. Originally from Denmark, but lives in Sweden.
Okay. You've probably told me that a million times, but I don't remember things like that because obviously I don't pay attention to anybody around me. I'm reading a book while I'm on a live stream.
Yeah,
what a winner.
Kind of self-centered, you know.
I'm an only child.
Oh, that's even worse.
I still love you, Todd.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Chuck wants to know killer chickens.
I don't know. Color
I've painted some Einhorn commandos, unicorns, natural camo colored skin. There you go. Yeah, I saw those, man. I dig them. I dig them. See, and that's kind of the imagination that you have to have, because who would think outside the box? Because 9 times out of 10, when you say unicorn, people are going to think an all-white horse with a silver or golden horn spiral horn out of their heads.
Well, he said chickens, and the first thing came to my mind is he painted a bunch of foghorn leghorns.
I say it, boy.
I say.
Paul says good Army Museum in Stockholm. I've never been off the continent I live on. I've barely been out of the country I live in.
Me too, man. Me too. I want to change that.
So do I. I mean,
my wife's leaving this weekend.
I've got a bachelor's of science in geography. I want to go to these places I studied.
That's hilarious.
I would love.
I have a bachelor's of science in Big Macs.
I can tell.
And what?
You're working on a doctorate.
I'm in my undergraduate studies now.
Yeah, more like overgraduate.
By the way, I wanted to congratulate you on your pregnancy.
Oh, thank you. I'm due any year now.
Yeah. If he was an elephant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but so deadly. Yep. Automatically destroys their target on a natural die roll wound of 10 or above.
See, I wouldn't have been talking about all this stuff tonight if you all hadn't have said that it was just a chit chat. See, if you'd have been specific about what the topic was going to be, I would have been professional and provided intelligence for that particular topic.
You know what? This is just as good. We still have 9 viewers, so we're doing something right.
What?
Oh yeah, you want to see him on your beaches, Paul?
Hey, yeah. Everybody would be up there splashing water on him, wanting to push him back into the water.
Keep him wet. Keep him wet.
Hey, nobody's recently confused me with a beach walrus.
No,
Although,
that's me.
We weren't thinking of a
I'm napping
walrus.
on the couch.
If you want beach walrus, right here, brother.
I have finished 3-player turns in the first turn of the game already.
And Beckus, you misspelled that. That's fluff.
Oh, poor Hexy.
We love
Hey,
you.
Hexy, I like your internet wiring in your house. That's pretty cool. That's pretty high tech.
That's in the event that I should move my computer to that location again. It actually worked pretty well up there.
Yeah, that's pretty classy right there. That's how they do it in West Virginia.
Yeah. They didn't say nothing about my pass-through jack I created between the living room and this room. It's the only room all the rooms in the apartment have freaking a cable jack in them or something. But they didn't put one in this other bedroom. Like, why? Did you want people's kids to not have cable TV in their room?
That's funny.
So I had to correct that.
How many turns have you said? You got 3 turns done?
Yeah, because remember, it's a double. Each turn is a double turn for each side.
Oh, yeah, I did forget that.
So both the first German turns are done and one Soviet turn's done.
Is it a full
And
turn?
the Soviet turns are easy because they run away.
Is it a full turn each? Like 2 full turns?
Well,
Or
it's all the phases you play in OCS.
Well, then why do they label them as 2?
Because the turns, I think, in regular OCS are like, 4 days?
Uh-huh.
And these are a full week.
Well, why wouldn't you just call them a turn? Why wouldn't you just say the German and Russian is a turn, German, Russian turn, instead of saying 2 Germans? That's it. There was a reason. I just wonder why they did it.
I don't know. Good question. They obviously changed it not too long after.
Yeah. Interesting. Huh.
Todd,
Yes, not Jay.
Yeah, yes, not Jay, please.
you said you were looking for the British and German ship sheets for Ocean Thunder that I need to send you. Were there specific ships you were looking for, or just send what I got and you'll do what you can do?
Just send what you have. I mean,
all right.
And then if they're not on there, then I'll ask you what you think, and
Okay.
we'll go.
Tiger Shadow wants to know: has Hexy ever considered creating his own hex game, giving his extended gaming experience?
Dang.
Great question, Tiger Shadow.
That's an interesting question because I'm going to say yes. And what's even funnier is that I do mapping for a living. So there's a step in the right direction. But here's the funnier part. I'm also a bit of a programmer, like 8 different languages. And the only game I tried to create, I was going to do a computerized one. But chasing young girls around and playing war games got in the way. And multiple divorces.
Yeah.
Many multiple divorces.
So not Jay, what's your so with something like a game or a book or a movie or anything creative, you're never done and you never want to. What are you thinking about that? When do you think you'll be done with that? You might have talked about this in your naval thing, but I'm just curious.
Oh, well, when will I ever be done with Ocean Thunder?
Well, I mean, when would you feel comfortable to release it to the world, however that is, whether free or charge or whatever, or through Two Fat Lardies or
so Ocean Thunder itself, in my mind, it will be ready to go when I've got aircraft rules solidified, and I've got good ideas already for that. It's somewhat abstracted, but not overly abstracted. I would explain it, but I don't want to go into depth on it right now.
Nighty night.
See ya, Jeff.
See ya, Jeff. Thanks for
Jeff.
joining,
See y'all. Bye
buddy. Take
later.
care.
Bye. Thanks for coming on. Bye.
Bye.
Submarines are my biggest downfall right now. I don't know how I'm going to integrate submarines into the game.
Okay.
I've got an idea for how I'm going to handle damage control.
Okay.
And then I need to figure out how I am going to create the diagrams of, ship A is here and ship B is here and this is blap, blap, blap. Becca says, don't worry about subs.
So the game I play, Naval Thunder, they have a really super abstracted sub because their kind of thinking is that by the time you're engaged in that side, the surface ships, the subs are kind of out of the picture. He also does that with airplanes too. Because like when the battleships are firing each other, well, that's not true actually in that part, but he definitely doesn't put the subs in. It's an abstraction because they're done. So that's just, but the aircraft I guess are in it in some cases, but in some cases they're not. I don't know naval stuff that well, but I took his word for it and ran with it.
Yeah. So Paul, being the naval gamer guy that you are, you're saying don't even sweat the subs, huh?
I mean, you could always come out later with an optional.
Yeah. Download content.
Yeah, DLC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know naval battles well enough, but I mean, is that fairly true though? In World War II, the subs weren't involved once the surface ships were going at it.
Probably so. Yeah.
And it's so hard to. Are there sub minis games?
Well, there's the Hunters, but sub minis games, not that I'm aware of.
I mean, I'm sure someone's come up with some sort of double blind, whatever.
No, Cruel Seas doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean,
I'm sure someone has made one. I'm just asking if there's a common one that people like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's tough. Yeah. Well, let's think about Hunters. Is there some way you could kind of take some of their concept? I mean, because that's all we all doing, right? Is just modifying what's out there in the world. So, is there some way you could kind of modify something like that? I mean,
not really, because
it's all die rolling. I mean, it's charts and die rolling. So but then, man, I'm probably the wrong person to be thinking about this.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take. I think I'm going to take.
There you go, Chuck.
Idea and just not worry about subs.
There you go. But I think you do have to talk about airplanes because people love to have that, right? They
Oh, yeah.
picture well, I mean, they were involved Midway. I mean, it's just iconic. So you kind of do have to think about aircraft, I think.
Yeah. So kind of as a gloss over of my aircraft rules. Each counter or each token or each little model of airplanes that you throw out there is a squadron.
So what is that? 3 to 5 planes or what?
I
don't know.
3, 5, 6, whatever.
Okay.
They're going to have an attack value. They're going to have a defense value. And well, they're going to have a surface attack value, an anti-aircraft attack value, and a defense value.
Okay.
And what I mean by anti-aircraft is an air-to-air combat. So what will happen is when it is the aircraft combat phase of the game, you're going to take your little aircraft token. Let's say I'm the Americans, and I'm going after the Musashi. I'm going to take my little token that represents six dive bombers and put it next to my target ship. If my opponent, the Japanese player, has CAP, Combat Air Patrol, he will then put his Combat Air Patrol token of zeros next to my Avengers. Then if I have escorts, I put the escorts next to the zeros. And then you just basically high die based off of the value. The value is going to be basically a die type. So for instance, for zeros, their air-to-air combat is going to be like a D8, and the F6F is going to be like a D8 -1, because it's earlier in the war. Later in the war, the F6Fs, because of how they've learned to fly them, become more better equality to the zero. Anyway, that being beside the point. So, and then you look at their defense value. Let's say the zero is a 6 and the F6F is an 8 because it's more survivable. So you roll the attack to the defense, the attack of the F6F to the defense of the zero. High die wins. If it is if the F6F beats the zero outright, then the zeros are destroyed, they go away. If it's a tie, they are just driven off and can be used again next time. If the zeros win, the F6Fs go away. Then you can do the zeros versus the torpedo bombers, doing the same thing. It's actually moving a lot faster than my actual description, because you're literally just looking at the die type, picking up that die, rolling it against your opponent that fast.
So now that you're talking about this, I think in that other game I was talking about, I think that is right. I think they did, when the surface ships are engaged, your planes aren't also engaged with the ships, because it's dangerous. You wouldn't have them out there, right? So it's like a pre-battle thing that he does, some sort of.
Well, the thing is then you can't have your kamikazes coming in during the Battle of Leyte Gulf.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's.
Yeah, and I guess, and also what you're talking, I guess you want to be careful not to then suddenly have to invent an air-to-air game, like, check your 6 or something.
Right. I mean, that's why it's being abstracted as.
There's already good air games out there.
This token is, 6 airplanes, and it's got an attack value, it's got a defense value, etc. So
Yeah.
it's not the focus of the game, but it allows for that part of combat to be played.
Yeah. That's cool.
And
Well, I mean,
then-
it sounds like you're close, man. I mean, have you
Yeah.
had some have you had people play test that? Like, just to.
I've never had anybody individually play test it without me around.
Ooh, so if I did this on my own, I'd be one of the first ones, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I should do that. I'll be like, what the heck, man? I don't know where anything of this stuff goes.
And then my damage control is going to be pretty simple also. And that's going to be you have X number of damage control parties on the ship based on the size of your ship and the size of your crew. And you'll just roll to see if you fix whatever your problem is. And you can add additional crews to get additional rolls. So, for instance, if you're on an aircraft carrier and you get an engine knocked out, you can, let's say you've got 4 damage control parties. You can then send, let's say, 2 damage control parties to fix the engines, to work on fixing the engines, and leave the other 2 behind to be able to take on any other issues like flooding or fire or etc. And what will happen is you can roll for each damage control party, and I'm not sure if it's each damage control party gets its own roll or the first one rolls and additional ones give modifiers. I'm not quite sure there yet. But it'll be, you either have, it's like you fix it immediately or it gets fixed in X number of turns based on your die roll.
Okay.
While it is in the process of being fixed, let's say it turns out it's going to take you 3 turns to fix the engines. Those damage control parties that you have assigned to fixing the engines cannot be reassigned to another area unless you want to abandon fixing that first area. And when you go back to it, you have to roll and start over. You can't leave and come back. Let's say you're 2 turns in on 3 turns worth of damage control, and you take that party away to go put out a fire. You can't come back and just use them for one more turn on the engine and fix it. You'll have to start back from scratch and roll again to see how long it's going to take.
Okay. Yeah, I think the hardest thing about designing a game would be to weed out stuff and make it to get to the effect you want.
Right. So, and that's the thing with me. I'm not a process gamer. In other words, I'm not looking to replicate processes. I'm looking to get an outcome. So, I'm much more favorable with abstracting things, where it can be abstracted. Now, the whole rolling the dice to see where the shells fall on the ship, that's definitely a process, but that's a process that I think sets the game apart.
Yeah, interesting. Chuck did mention the game Submarine, so I went to peruse the rules on that, and like, oh boy, that's blind movement and stuff. It looks pretty interesting. You might enjoy it. You might check it out on Board Game Geek. Just Submarine by Avalon Hill in '76. But
yeah, I'll take a look.
I was saying, maybe you could adapt. Oh no, I don't think so.
Richard Keenan. By the way, hello, Richard. I think we've seen you a couple of times before.
Yeah, he's been on.
Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. He says Mal Wright was producing a series of Convoy battle games. Convoy Deadly Waters, the Gibraltar Run, was released by Clash of Arms back in 2010. It's an interesting game, but hard to find now. Yeah, Mal Wright really knows his business when it comes to World War II naval.
Sure seems like it. I mean, just a shout out. He's a huge Blitzkrieg Commander guy. That's his land-based rules. But yeah, he does. I see his books and all that stuff. They look pretty incredible.
And then Paul says, I've designed my own World War II game. Just use it myself. And lurking is quite all right. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I prefer people who watch. I'm curious, Paul, what your rules are like. Are they skirmish? Are they a platoon, squad, company? I'm just curious what kind of what is it? Because I know you've played a lot of different ones, and so I'm just curious what you've. And is it like an amalgamation of a bunch of? Seems like that's often what we do. I like Flames of War this, and I like Crossfire this, and I like Blitzkrieg Commander this, because it is. It's so funny. The Hex and Counter guys kind of sometimes a couple of them that they're like, man, what's it, you mini guys in your rules? Because you can't take a board game and just start willy-nilly making up rules because it's designed to a very specific point.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I know, but
I've done it.
I know, but
my brother and I took the board from Scotland Yard.
Well, yeah, I know. That's different. I'm talking about like Montelamar, going to the Montelamar and just start making up a bunch of rules. I don't want to hear it. But I did have a guy one time, not Jay, say, I don't really like what ASL. I got like a bunch of house rules I want to share with you.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Right. Bunkhouse says, I've been working on a D10 version of Bolt Action Conflict 47 based on Warlords of Erewhon.
Yeah, that's cool.
So have they.
Yeah, but it sounds like Bunkhouse is actually playing it.
Yeah.
I like how we're all leaning into our microphones now.
Yeah.
It's for emphasis.
I don't want to see your emphasis.
Reminds me of a Saturday Night Live skit with what those two ladies were.
Where they're on NPR and they're
And they're talking like this because everybody on NPR talks like this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, every time.
Well, we don't.
NPR.
We don't want you. We don't want you to get riled up when the bad news is bad. So we're all going to die. But you'll feel comfy doing it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and you got
we're pushing on 2 hours here.
So what happens when a caffeinated Todd comes on the show?
There you go. Anybody got anything else?
Well, not Jay. I was going to be statting out some stuff, and I got 2 words typed out.
Outstanding.
So thanks a lot for nothing.
Yeah.
Beckett has answered the question. One man is a 1-man 30 by 30 bases. I use the Combat Commander combat system and Blitzkrieg Commander for armor.
Oh,
I use the battle group morale. So exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, finally we see him. Look at him. What a little baby face.
Yeah. Had to shave it all off. So,
why do you come on at the end? Give us that beauty mutt at the beginning. Oh,
what
wait.
you got there?
That's Puddlefoot with the holy frying pan.
Nice.
What game's he from?
It's going to be for fantasy.
Is it just a? Well, I'm sorry, but is it just
Focus in.
Where'd you get the?
Is it just a random mini?
Yep, there you go. You got it. Nice.
Got a frying
It
pan
looks like
on.
he's got a quite a collection of frying pans there.
Yes. So, and the Monty Python helmet thing, whatever that thing.
Did you ever? Hey, did you ever see? Did you ever see the Ballad of Buster Scruggs? Brian.
What?
Brian, did you ever see the Ballad of Buster?
Yes,
Scruggs?
I saw that when it came out, and I barely remember. I think my favorite
there
one
was the guy that had all the pans as armor, and when someone would shoot him and it hit a pan, go ping, you go pan shot, ping, pan shot.
I gotta watch that again.
So you should give that guy some extra armor. Like that would be give him an armor save or something.
Yeah, because I remember the one
and
with
call it pan shot. That's what you do.
hand shot. No, he's Conrad Puddlefoot.
No, I'm not saying name him Pan Shot.
Oh.
He has a trait called Pan Shot, and when he's shot, he gets an armor save of 8+, or you can make it 10+.
Yeah, well, it's the holy frying pan, so he is going to deflect whatever.
That's awesome.
Like a Jedi lightsaber taking.
Nice. Bunkhouse has. You should start seeing some videos from me on the coming weeks. Finally got my setup and technology working.
Dude.
For it. Outstanding.
Well, come on.
You know what? That means you might be getting a shout out from some of us.
Well, probably not me because I have high standards.
Yeah, Todd's.
You jackass.
Todd lives in the.
That's an awesome halfling there, Warmut. It is. It
thanks,
is.
Bunko.
It is. I'm going to love to see him when he's painted up.
Yeah, Bunkhouse. Once you start putting stuff out, come on here on mine, Hextex, Warmut, whoever, all of our channels, and say, I posted my first video. Self-promote yourself, man, and we'll go check it out.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got to do live.
Let us know. Let us know. Hey, whenever you want to go live and I'm not at work or asleep, I'll come on with you, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot. When I did that one live feed, man, there was a lot to it, man.
There is. So, going solo is difficult.
Yeah, because you have to pay attention, chat, and then try to talk about what you're doing and do what you're doing.
Yep. That's why it's always better to have some friends on with you.
Yeah.
Because unless you're like me or my brother and you love to hear your own voice, it gets difficult fast. Becca says, can't find your channel, Bunkhouse.
I don't think he has any videos. That's what I mean. Once you start posting,
he's a newbie.
Actually, Bunkhouse, we can subscribe to you now. So
yeah, he's got his.
You won't be able to put the link in the Well, no, you probably won't put the link in the comments. But
why not?
I don't. You can try. I just don't think you can. I don't think people besides you and admins can do that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good at doing the name thing. Like McMurray loves giving names to his characters.
That's why I go to the fantasy name generator.
Oh, that's right. That is good. I've used that for role playing.
Yeah, that stuff.
Chuck says I've not been original in giving figures names. So if I got 6 same swordsman, sword guy 1, sword guy 2, hey, you know what? That's good enough.
Yeah, if it gets you playing, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, dude, yeah, well, Bunkhouse, I'm serious. Definitely on my I shouldn't have spoke for these guys, but I'm sure they will.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely come in here to the texture and promote. And yeah.
Start making videos so we can make fun of you. That's what we do with all of us.
World.
It's a whole new world.
Anyways, dude. Hey, let's get this. I gotta go to bed.
What?
We'll go to bed.
It's only 9:30 there.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your channel here, but come on.
Yeah. I am gonna wrap it up here, guys.
I came up with 2 traits.
What 2 traits?
Whatever.
So I made a little switch. So suggested traits for World War II, and I can come up with a bunch more. Radio Man. Draw an extra activation card at the beginning of the turn, and then discard one so that you have this right number of cards. I know we were calling that Tactician, but so Radio Man would represent that you have a little bit better communication with your troops, right? So you can get a little bit better activation. There's Tactician, though, is a different trait. Your black 3s also count as wild, like aces.
Oh, that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that plays.
Yeah, so you got to play test it. So again, that would make you be more flexible, like Rommel or
right.
What's his name was on there? Eric, his uncle Eric.
Yeah.
Or Patton or whatever.
Right. Very cool. Very cool.
What are you gonna do with the 5s and the 4s?
I did 3 because 3s seem always, when you get them, you're like, ugh, 3s.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right, guys. Thanks for the 7 of y'all that are still hanging out. Warm-up, thanks for joining me tonight.
No problem.
Todd, thanks for coming on early and staying the entire time. And thanks to Jeff for hopping in the middle.
Yeah.
And McMurray, I saw you had one text message in there.
Yeah, but
be safe out there, buddy.
Yeah.
that's all I'm going to say is with that is, be
Bad
safe.
Bad boys.
Thanks for doing what you do. So, and by the way, 18 hours, 25 minutes, and 5 seconds, mark.
I got mine.
So,
I got the hardcover.
That is for the hardcover for Galactic Heroes. 18 hours, 24 minutes, and 50 seconds. Make it happen, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, until next time, we will see you on the flip side.